first Booktube, I want to do a July TBR. You're in my little reading nook slash my baby's playroom. I love reading. I have kind of been in a slump since my twins were born. They were born in January, so they're 5 months old. And I'm ready to get back into reading and get back into my favorite hobby. So I thought, let's start a Booktube to make myself read and be accountable. Even though I don't know if anyone's gonna watch this. But this is my puppy, Ash. So me and Ash, we're going to do a July TBR. I think I'm gonna start off with just picking 4 prompts. Prompt number 1. Grabbed like 3. Okay, I have one. I'm gonna read it first, even though I just read it. 5-star prediction. I'm excited for this. So a little side note, I have not rated a book 5 stars since last April. So it's been over a year. I've had 4 stars, books that I've loved. I still consider books that I love 4 stars. I haven't had a book that I was obsessed with since last April. Surprisingly, my last 5-star book was Caraval. I think it was just the right time and place when I read that book. And I was just fully immersed in it. It gave me Alice in Wonderland vibes, which I love Alice in Wonderland. I'm excited to try to find another 5-star read. Hopefully I find the right book with this 5-star prediction prompt. Let's go pull some options. Okay, I pulled some options. Also, I'm hoping this will help me get through my physical TBR. I think I have like 50 books on my physical TBR. I have some books downloaded on my Kindle, and hopefully we can find some books on the Kindle as well. So the first book I pulled is The Rose Bargain. I've been wanting to read this since I bought it. I heard it's Bridgerton, like fantasy Bridgerton vibes, which I thought would be fun. I haven't read historic fiction, which I know this isn't historic fiction, but I haven't read that in a while. So I'll see if I like the Bridgerton vibes of it. I thought the cover was so pretty, and I just heard the ending is supposed to be kind of shocking, I believe, from what I heard from other people. So option number 1. Option number 2 is Heavenly Bodies. I read this gives Zodiac Academy vibes. I'm almost complete with the Zodiac Academy series. I finished book 8 and I'm going to read book 8.5 and then book 9, and then I'll be complete, and then I'm going to start the Twisted Sisters other series, their new series. I really am excited to start that one. Anyways, this one's like Celestial Gods, which is kind of similar to Zodiac Academy. I believe it's true enemies to lovers. It says, in a world ruled by the cruel and merciless stars, Alara has been cursed by fate. A prophecy promises she will fall for a star, but that it will kill them both. Sounds amazing. The next book I pulled is The Night Circus. I don't know why I haven't read this one yet. I think it gives Caraval vibes, which, like I said earlier, was my last 5-star read I've had, which was over a year ago. So hopefully this will also be a 5-star. I don't really want to know much about it before I dive into it. Lastly, I pulled Metal Slinger. This is the indie copy. I've had this for a little while. I cannot wait to read this book. For some reason, I've just been constantly thinking about wanting to read a pirate book, and I think this has pirates in it. Again, it's a romantasy. I think it gives pirate vibes, which I just am needing this summer. I need Pirates of the Caribbean vibes. I have a couple books that I think could fall into that category, and I want to read all of them. There's a huge plot twist at the end, so very excited to read this. I do have a couple books on my Kindle that I think could fall with this prompt, and the book that I think could be a 5 stars, the Book of Azrael. I have that downloaded here. Again, romantasy vibes. I think it's Crescent City vibes. I only read book 1 of Crescent City. I obviously need to read the next 2 books in that series. Those are the only 2 Sarah J. Maas books that I haven't read yet, so really need to get that done. So Book of Azrael, I think it's urban fantasy. I think there's a badass FMC, so very excited about that. I think my favorite characters are like Nesta and Manon, and I think this FMC is going to be giving those vibes, so we'll see. You know what? I'm choosing Metal Slinger. Yay! All right, prompt number 2. Book with a sword on the cover. I guess I could have used this prompt with Metal Slinger. I don't know if this is a knife or a sword. Let's just say it gives knife vibes. So now I need to see if I have another book with a sword on it. Let's go look. Okay, I pulled some options. I had a lot more options than I thought I would for some reason. I pretty much only read romantasy, and my brain was like, no, those would have a sword on it. I was wrong. Okay, so the first book I pulled is To Kill a Kingdom. It's giving underwater pirate vibes when I see the cover. Let's see, Princess Lyra is Siren royalty and most lethal of them all. With the hearts of 17 princes in her collection, she is revered across the sea until a twist of fate forces her to kill one of her own. To punish her daughter, the Sea Queen transforms Lyra into the one thing sirens loathe the most, a human. Robbed of her song, Lyra has until the winter solstice to deliver Prince Elian's heart to the Sea Queen or remain a human forever. Fun. All right, book 2, Fall of Ruin and Wrath. I have had this for such a long time. I've read all the Blood and Ash series. I didn't really love the ending of that series, so I kind of stopped reading Jennifer's books, but I've had this for a long time. I've wanted to read it. It might be time. The next book I pulled is Children of Fallen Gods, which is book 2 in the War of Lost Hearts series by Carissa Broadbent. I read book 1 so long ago. I loved it. I probably rated it 4 stars. I'd have to go back and look. I love Tasana's vibes. I'm excited to continue this series. I think it's gonna be more fantasy than romantasy. Book 1 was not as heavy on the romance part, which I didn't mind at all. I loved that. I would say the series is reluctant allies to lovers, which is super fun to read. Not a lot of books that I read have that. I loved Max and Tasana's relationship, so I'm excited to continue that series one day. Again, I pulled The Ashes and the Star-Cursed King by Carissa Broadbent. I read book 1, which is The Serpent and the Wings of Night. I really liked it. It was kind of disappointing. It was really hyped up when I read it. I just didn't love it as much as I thought I would. It's vampires. There was a competition. I think this book, from what I heard, is very different than book 1. That's why I've never picked it up. I just need to get book 2 read. I need to get Carissa Broadbent's books just finished. So let's see. I'm gonna go with To Kill a Kingdom. I'm gonna continue with the pirate vibes. I think that will get me out of my reading slump, my like 6-month reading slump. So book 2 has been chosen. Okay, prompt number 3, here we go. I don't know what I'm showing you guys. My handwriting is so bad. Like, I have the worst handwriting I've ever seen, so I shouldn't even be showing my handwriting to you guys. Book that ends in a 1. Okay, this is gonna be a little hard. I'm gonna have to go through the ends of a lot of books to see. So I think I'm gonna pick some books I think I'm wanting to read sooner rather than later, and then see if those have 1s, and we'll start off with that. Okay, for this prompt, it was actually pretty hard to find a book that ended in a page number with 1 at the end. So I went through my books and I found 1 that ended in a 1. This is the 3rd book of Stephanie Garber's Once Upon a Broken Heart series. It is A Curse for True Love. It's book 3. I read book 2 so long ago. I love this series. Again, I love Stephanie Garber's books. I just need to finish the series. This is just one of those books I just never got around to. I think I remember how book 2 ends. It ends off in a big cliffhanger. Those books are very whimsical fairy tale vibes, which I love. It's one of my favorite vibes. So this is book 3 of that series. It's a series full of kind of enemies to lovers, but whimsy, fairy tale vibes. So this is going on the TBR. Last prompt for the month of July. A book with a cover a different color than the spine. Okay, that one should be pretty easy. Okay, for the last prompt, I only found 2 books. We have book 3, Scythe and Sparrow. Again, this is another series that I need to finish. I am in the middle of so many series. I think it's like 18 series or something. That is also one of my goals, besides dwindling down my physical TBR, is getting through all the series that I started and have not completed. This is book 3 of the Ruinous Love trilogy. I'm excited. I liked the characters in the other 2 books that are going to be the main characters in this book. I loved the first book, A Butcher and Blackbird. It is dark romance, but comedy dark romance vibes, which is a lot of fun. It's an easy read. This series follows different serial killers, but also follows a family. So 3 brothers, and each book was a different brother. It's kind of lighthearted for following serial killers. That's kind of where the comedy part comes in. This last book is about the youngest brother, I believe, who's a doctor, and the girl, her name is Rose. She's with a circus, and I think she gets injured, and that's how she meets the youngest brother, who's the doctor, because of her injury, and I think where their story goes from there. They were both in the other book, so I'm guessing it goes back in time when they first met. That's book 1. And the last book is Spark of the Everflame. It's a little bit different of a cover and spine. We're gonna go with it. This book was a soft DNF for me. I just couldn't get into it. I know the series gets better and better as the books go on. Again, romantasy. It says, an immortal world colonized by the gods and ruled over by the descended, their cruel magic-wielding offspring, Diane Bellator yearns to escape the insular life of her poor village. Her mother's sudden disappearance and the discovery of a dangerous secret about her past offer Diane an unexpected opportunity to enter the dark world of descended royalty and unlock the web of mysteries her mother left behind. I think I ended this book right where it was starting to get good. I think I was more excited about a different book, so I was thinking about the other book the whole time reading this one, and I wanted to give this one a fair shot, so I soft DNF'd it. So I do really want to read this book and the series, but this is also starting a new series if I choose this one, and this one is completing the series. And the rest of these are romantasy. So I'm gonna go with Scythe and Sparrow. This will be my only non-romantasy book for the month of July, which I think will be a good palette cleanser. This one's fun. I'll get to finish a series. Great option. All right, the 4 books that are my hopefuls for the month of July are Metal Slinger, To Kill a Kingdom, A Curse for True Love, and Scythe and Sparrow. That was fun. I hope I didn't seem too nervous filming this. I feel extremely nervous filming this. I don't know why, because I'm just talking to a camera. And again, I don't think anyone's gonna be watching this, but here we are. I'm nervous. It's okay. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I will do a review of these books in August, and we can see what I rated them, if I liked them, and my general thoughts about them. Hopefully the next video will be less awkward. If not, I'm sorry, but thank you for watching if you did. If you wouldn't mind subscribing or liking this video, that would be cool. If you don't want to, I totally understand, because yeah, so happy July.